Live from Drama Shop with Zach Flock. Tonight's Kate Thiem, Debbie, and musical guest BJ Wade. And now here's Zach Flock.
Good evening, everybody. It is Saturday, February 13th. I'm Zach Flock, live from Drama Shop for show number 5. Just like every other episode, I am all by myself here at the theater. You know, I actually haven't left the theater since March 2020. Just hanging out here, you know, enjoying some downtime. Of course, the Super Bowl was last weekend. Insert your own Tom Brady joke here. Good? Great. See, now you know what it's like to perform for no audience. Seriously, though, it is nice to finally see some good news coming out of Florida for a change. They deserve some good news. Meanwhile, also in Florida, a guitarist in Florida paid tribute to their metal-loving uncle by turning his skeleton into an actual working guitar. I don't have a punchline for that either. That's just a thing that actually happened in Florida this week. Meanwhile, in Kansas, a 9-year-old set a new powerlifting record for his age, you know, as a 9-year-old powerlifter, set a new record for his age. Meanwhile, I reached 10,000 steps today just by walking between the couch and the refrigerator. But good job, 9-year-old powerlifter. The worst part is that's not even true. I've done about 4,000 steps today, but made many trips to the refrigerator. A mother in Georgia reprimanded her daughter for letting a cow in the house this week. After almost a full year of this pandemic, that mother in Georgia owes me an apology. Because you see, I'm the cow. Yeah, I'm the cow, is the punchline. A woman in Louisiana is considering suing the makers of Gorilla Glue after she mistakenly used it in her hair. I don't see what the big deal is. I'm pretty sure that's what we used in Nevermore. I think we have a photo of that. Yeah, that's absolutely Gorilla Glue. On the mustache too, I think. Tomorrow is, of course, Valentine's Day. If you're looking for last-minute gift ideas, you're too late. Many Christians will celebrate Ash Wednesday next week. Of course, because of COVID, churches are making adaptations to safely mark the occasion. Let's hope those adaptations are not made by the same people who adapted Cats. Zach Flock 1, Tom Hooper 0. I know it's been like a year since the Cats movie came out. That's the kind of cutting-edge topical humor you can expect from Live from Drama Shop. Give us a year, we'll come up with a subpar punchline. All right, before we get into this week's show, and man, does it feel like a good one, I want to take a minute to discuss something a little bit more serious. This last year has obviously been really difficult for a lot of people, some more than others, but there's also some good that came out of it, and I want to feature one of those good things right now, and selfishly, it also gives me a chance to catch up with my own family. Joining us now from Concord, North Carolina, the team behind Ainsley's Doing Good, my cousin Jason Battiston and his daughter Ainsley. Hi, guys.
Hey, Zach.
Hi. Hi, Jason. Hi, Ainsley.
Hi.
I miss you guys. It's been so long.
It feels like an eternity.
It really does. It really does. So first of all, Jason, explain to us what Ainsley's Doing Good is, and explain to me how much of a Pittsburgh accent I should put on it when I say it. Because it sounds like it should be Ainsley's Doing Good, right?
The thickest accent you could come up with would be great. We'd appreciate it. Our mission with Ainsley's Doing Good is to help small businesses. We kind of reflected on this past year. We know small businesses have been hit hard. Ainsley's had this idea for a while now that she's wanted to start a YouTube channel. So we kind of started with that idea in mind. Our original plan was kind of to set up interviews with small business owners, kind of see how the last year has impacted them. But with our schedule and the pandemic, it's been kind of difficult to set something up like that. So we landed on opening up a small online store for Ainsley. She sells some merchandise, and with every purchase that's made, we ask that customer what business we can donate to, some of their favorite small businesses, and we contact them, make a little connection, and send a donation. And then our plan is to spotlight them on our social media pages.
That's really cool. Now, Ainsley, tell everybody how old you are.
I'm 6.
You're 6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And do you like helping people?
Mm-hmm.
How come?
Because it makes me happy and it makes the other people happy too.
Yeah, you're doing something really cool. So Jason, if people are watching right now and they want to help out, what can they do?
So they can find us on Facebook and Instagram. A link to Ainsley's shop is on both. And I have a nifty little write-up here so everybody can kind of see it in writing. So on Facebook, you just search Ainsley's Doing Good. And on Instagram, we're at Doing Good 101. And there will be a link to the shop at each of them.
And we will put that up on our social media as well for everybody to check out. I know I purchased a mug, which I meant to bring tonight. It's been a long day. I apologize, but I'll have it next week. But I got my Ainsley's Doing Good mug, and I believe part of the proceeds from that are going to Ember and Forge, a local coffee shop here in Erie. So you get to pick the product and designate where that money goes. So it's a really cool thing. Ainsley, there's all kinds of really cool stuff in your online store. What's your favorite thing in the store?
The mugs.
The mugs, yeah. And your sweatshirt is from the store too, right?
Shout out to the sweatshirts. They're super comfy.
Yeah. You want to show us the sweatshirt?
Here.
Look at that. Doing good right there on the sweatshirt. That's very cool. And they come in other colors too. So
tons of color.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, Ainsley, Jason, I'm so proud of you both for coming up with this idea. It's so cool. I love that you're helping small businesses, that you're helping the community. Really proud of you guys. And I miss you, and I can't wait to see you in person, hopefully very soon.
Hopefully soon. We appreciate you having us on.
Yeah, absolutely. Stay well, guys. Good to see you both. Love you, Ainsley.
Love you.
Mwah. All right. Ainsley's Doing Good. Find them on social media. Check them out, and you can help out and do good as well. Really cool. So glad to be able to feature that on the show tonight. We have a great show tonight. She's one of the best actors and singers in the region, and we are lucky to have her as part of our Drama Shop community. From Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime and An Evening with Kate and Patrick THIEM. Guess which one it is? Kate THIEM will join me, everybody. Plus, local drag sensation and entertainer. You never know what you're going to get. The one and only Debbie is here. Strap in, folks. I'm looking forward to that. And our musical guest this week, a few weeks ago, she took us on a tour of our son's room as she looked for her laptop charger live from Drama Shop. That's good television right there. She's back tonight to serenade you. The one and only BJ WAIDE is on the show. But first, let's check in with the woman who is single-handedly keeping the eyeglass and hair extension industries afloat, Miss Elena Manchester, everybody.
Thank you. This show is so good. I'm so excited for tonight. I am huge fans of everybody. And now I need to get one of those hoodies.
Ainsley's doing good, man. How cute is she?
She's 6?
She's 6 and she's wonderful.
What? That's amazing. That's wonderful.
You know, it runs in the family, obviously.
Yeah, and BJ's, I would pay good money to watch BJ look for anything. Like, if we could do, I just want her to like have a scavenger hunt.
Yeah, well, tonight she's not looking for anything. She's only singing. I guess you could say she's looking for something through song.
Oh, and finding my heart in the process.
There you go.
Good stuff.
Oh, look at that. Elena's popular. You know what? Here, just go for it.
Hi, everybody. How are you? Welcome. We have a great show for you today. We've got one of the most funny themes I know, if not the most.
That part. You can move past that.
Oh, okay. And BJ's amazing, and Debbie's the funniest. And I got these new glasses, and they're really big. And
okay. I'm going to take this back. We have a really great show. Elena and I are going to answer your questions at the end of the show. So if you have questions for us, ask them in the chat, ask them in the comments, and maybe, just maybe, we will answer your questions at the end of the show during Ask Me Anything. Elena?
Yes.
See you later. You know the drill.
I know the drill. I'll be here.
All right, get on out of here. All right, folks, we have a wonderful show tonight. When we come back, Kate THIEM will join me live. Big show tonight, live from Drama Shop.
Hi, I'm Nicole Lossie, inviting you to check out Shop Talk, the official Drama Shop podcast, featuring a rotating panel including Drama Shop's own Zach Flock, Elena Manchester, Sean Clerkin, and many special guests. Casting, directing, acting, writing, and design, we cover it all. Our complete backlog of episodes can be found on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, including a very special conversation with playwright Lauren Gunderson. Shop Talk, the official Drama Shop podcast, is sponsored by Gannon University's Schuster Theater.
Hi, I'm Kate Thiem, and I'm happy to serve as a Drama Shop board member. Our 10th season has been unlike any other. We've done our best to pivot to safe delivery methods, but we've had to scale back our usual production schedule. In a season of limited ticket sales, your donations are more important than ever. Your support helps us pay the rent, cover expenses, and keep Drama Shop moving forward. There's a lot more to come this season, so head to dramashop.org and show your support for theater in process.
Patrick? I need more wine.
My first guest tonight has appeared as Eva Perón in Evita, Belle in Beauty and the Beast, Fantine in Les Mis, and Siobhan in Drama Shop's Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. She also appeared in that commercial you just saw. She's a member of our Board of Governors and the music producer for Live from Drama Shop. Say hello to my friend, Kate Thiem, everybody.
Hello, how are
Hi,
you?
Kate.
Hi.
Okay. I didn't hear you for a second and I started to freak out. Oh, don't you dare.
I'm here. Hello.
Don't mess with me, Kate. Don't play games with my heart. Kate, first of all, I have to ask you, how did you manage to keep Patrick off camera tonight?
A lot of duct tape, a couple different types of wrist cuffs. Never mind, I'm not going to go into that.
Happy Valentine's Day.
No.
I guess. So, of course, we opened our season with an event we called Live from Drama Shop, an evening with Kate and Patrick Thiem. And then, of course, I stole the first part of the title for my own vanity project, which is this show. But I do want to talk about that show that we did back in September together. I think it was kind of unlike anything that any of us had done before. We basically did, and more you and Patrick than me, but basically did a live variety show, TV show from Drama Shop. So tell everybody about that experience.
I had never done anything like that before. And, you know, I've done a ton of things on stage, but I don't think I ever have been the level of nervous to actually feel like that you're on a live TV presentation. Having the 3 cameras right there in front of you kind of put the pressure on you for memorization in a different way. Not I would have had any other tricks on stage versus in front of a camera to remember my words, but you just put so much work into that. I was so impressed with your production of it, and I'll never forget that. That was so much fun.
Well, I mean, like everything, it was very much a group effort, and you and Patrick are certainly incredible to work with and really kind of made it your own. And I was so grateful to have you do that for Drama Shop, because obviously we're very kind of hamstrung in terms of what we can and can't do right now. And it's such a pleasure to work with people like you and Patrick. One of the great things about doing theater is that I've made some really talented friends, and I'd certainly put you on that list. You know, maybe not at the top of the list, but you'd be on the list for sure. You've had some really incredible opportunities, some great roles that you've been able to play over the years. Are there roles or experiences that like really stand out to you?
I think a lot of the milestone moments, like I remember when first coming to Erie and going to Mercyhurst and finally getting into the Playhouse, because I had watched the Playhouse for many years and I really wanted to be a part of that. But that was back when they were auditioning a year in advance. So I came to college and it was like, oh no, you have to wait until June to audition for the whole next year. And I remember waiting all those months to audition, and finally getting in there and being a part of the family was just an amazing experience to be a part of. I tend to favor the comedic performances, those seem to really stick with me. There's something about comedy that I could do comedy the rest of my life. I could do those type of shows forever. There's always just something new and fresh about each audience. And there's always something new and fresh about the people as well that you interact with on stage. The jokes are always a little different. Just that kind of energy I really, really enjoy.
And I don't know if people realize, I've said this before to you, I know. I don't know if people realize that you are as funny as you are, because I think they think of you in these kind of leading lady roles that are not always the comedy roles. But I mean, you are absolutely one of the funniest people I know. Like, were you funny growing up?
I was an only child, so I definitely played make-believe a ton.
Yeah.
Obviously, I had no one to tell me if I was funny because I just had stuffed animals. So I don't remember feeling like I was the funny friend.
So it's a lot like doing this show, really. You have no idea if you're actually funny. You're just putting the jokes out there and hoping they land.
I'm just hoping when I get home, Patrick tells me I was funny. That's all I can hope for. But I don't think I felt like I was that funny growing up. I always felt like my other friends in the group were funny, and I was never put in roles that were funny until I think Forbidden Broadway was like my first truly comedic role. And ever since then, I've just fallen in love with it. And anytime I can audition for that kind of show, I will. But yeah. I love the timing. I love how smart it is. I love how much thought has to go into it. And I love it.
So Kate, we're about the same age. I think I'm a few years older than you. But as we get older, but there's no graceful way of asking that. As we get older, believe it or not, folks, we do age. As we get older, do you find that, are there roles that maybe you're looking at now going like, oh, I'm excited that, in a few years I might get to play X, whatever that role might be?
That's a good question. I feel very fortunate in that the shows that I loved growing up, most of them I'll never be able to do because they're still on Broadway. But the ones that I've been able to audition for, I've been a part of, and I feel very fulfilled that way. And I don't really have a ton of expectations right now. I am more attracted to projects now when they're filled with people that I really admire, and for the whole experience I know is going to be really fulfilling. I don't perform nearly as much as I did when I was in college. I think I was performing at that point, like if I could perform every month, I was doing that because I felt at that point that's what you had to do. If you wanted to make it, you had to perform all the time. And now that I'm older, I really appreciate my time at being at home. So if I decide to audition for a show, I usually consider if Patrick wants to be involved. I consider the time commitment, and then really it's who I know is attached to the project, and if it's something that's on my bucket list or if it's something that I've never ever done before, which is why I really wanted to do Curious Incident, because I had seen it on Broadway, but I had never ever done a play to that extent. I'd done other plays that were the amount of lines I had to learn for Curious Incident. I had never had to do anything like that before.
Yeah, I'm really glad that you're answering the questions in sequence without me even having to ask them. Curious Incident, I think, is actually other than the concert that you and Pat did in the fall, that's, I think, your only on-stage credit at Drama Shop.
Okay. I was going to say, I played piano for Fun Home.
Well, that's my next question. So
there I go.
Try not to jump ahead.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. But the Curious Incident, I think, was a little bit of a different experience for you, right?
Completely different. I remember taking the script with me. I was going on a vacation and we were on the plane, and I was really stressing out about it because there were just paragraphs of lines, and I had never had to do anything to that extent in terms of a play. Yeah. I mean, I can memorize words for a song really easily, but when it's spoken, it's a different story. I think you can sort of it's like a muscle memory when you sing. And I remember feeling like, I don't know if I can do this. I've never ever tackled something like this. And then it just, you develop muscle memory in a different way. A lot of repetition was needed. a lot of repetition was needed.
I mean, you were fantastic in it, and I certainly consider that to be, one of my proudest accomplishments as a director. That whole ensemble just really did outstanding work, and it was
especially the dog.
Mildred, that was of course Millie Flock with a little cameo.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, she's been itching to get back on this stage. So we'll have to make that happen soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you mentioned Fun Home as you jumped ahead in my list of questions. You, of course, were the musical director and played in the pit for that show.
Mm-hmm.
Do you find yourself being drawn more in that kind of a direction as opposed to being on stage now?
I'm really, again, it's that sort of, I'm drawn to certain shows that I really love the score for.
Yeah.
And I think when you approached me, I'd never heard Fun Home, but you had.
Sure, I believe that's true.
Yeah, you'd spoken about the details of the project, and after a couple of listens, I fell in love with it. And that's kind of when I sign on to do that kind of thing. When I play piano or conduct, I have to really love the music. First of all, I mean, like it has to be like in my blood. I have to do it. And yeah, I would say like nowadays those kind of projects really attract me. But yeah, I have been playing piano for a long time in different capacities, and now being able to come at these shows in a different way, not as an actor, but as a musician is really nice.
Yeah, for sure. So completely unrelated to that, I know during quarantine, you guys actually moved. I assume because you got tired of living down the street from me and Jess. We'll try not to take it personally.
I kept seeing you look in our window at night. It was just a little creepy.
Well, I mean, what else are you going to do during quarantine? There's not. I've watched everything. Literally, I've watched all of Netflix.
We all have our hobbies. It's fine.
Yeah, I sincerely apologize, but the new house is lovely.
Love our new house.
I haven't actually been there yet, but I wanted to make you think I've been looking through the windows. I'm curious. I know, obviously, getting the house, together has probably occupied a bit of your time in quarantine. But are you one of those people who is like super productive in quarantine, or are you like me?
I'm a bit of both, honestly. Yeah. There is organization and there's an equal amount of chaos, if that makes sense. Like I will get a ton of projects going, but then forget to put away laundry and forget to put away the dishes.
Absolutely.
There's a pecking order, right? Some things are just way more important.
And the laundry will be there later. That's fine.
It's not going to move. I mean, the laundry, the dishes will be there in the morning. That's my whole point. Yeah. I call this during quarantine point 1, because there's quarantine point 2. I read a lot of books. I really found how much I loved reading again. I just always seem to never have time for it. And I probably read 10 to 12 books during the first quarantine. We've done a fair amount of binge watching. Yeah. We are currently on WandaVision. That's our current session.
No, I haven't watched this week yet, so please no spoilers.
I won't say anything. It just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah.
We do a fair amount of video games. We play a fair amount of video games.
That's great. Speaking of games, you're going to stick around, and after I speak with Debbie, you're going to join me and Debbie for a game. But before we do that, I was a big fan of Craig Ferguson when he hosted The Late Late Show. I don't know if you ever watched it, but one of the things that he used to like to do to end an interview was an awkward pause. And I think you would be a great person to do an awkward pause with. So would you join me for an awkward pause?
I would. Are there any rules?
Awkward pause.
Okay.
Okay. Kate Thiem, everybody. Thank you, Kate.
Thank you.
We'll see you later. Our musical guest tonight, get the heck out of here, Kate. Our musical guest tonight was on the show a few weeks ago, and we talked about the fact that not everybody knows she's an amazing singer. She's back tonight to prove it. From Nevermore, Hand to God, and Bloody Bloody Andrew Jackson, just to name a few, the one and only BJ Wade.
She ain't real. She ain't be able to love you like I will. She is a stranger. You and I have history, or don't you remember? Sure, she's got it all. But baby, is that really what you want? Bless your soul, you got your head in the clouds. You made a fool out of you, and boy, she's bringing you down. She made your heart melt, but you're cold to the core. Now rumor has it she ain't got your love anymore. Rumor has it. 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 She is half your age, but I'm guessing that's the reason that you strayed. I heard you've been missing me. You've been telling people things you shouldn't be. Like when we creep out when she ain't around. Haven't you heard the rumor? Bless your soul, you got your head in the clouds. You made a fool out of me, and boy, you're bringing me down. You made my heart melt, yes, I'm rotten to the core. But rumor has it I'm the one you're leaving her for. Rumor has it. 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 All of these words whispered in my ear tell the story that I cannot bear to hear. Just 'cause I said it doesn't mean that I meant it. People say crazy things. Just 'cause I said it don't mean that I meant it. Just 'cause you heard it. Rumor has 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 it. But rumor has it he's the one I'm leaving you for.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Elena Manchester will join us in just a bit for Ask Me Anything. So ask us anything on Facebook or YouTube. Maybe, just maybe, we will answer your question. And while you're at it, why not take a minute and head over to dramashop.org/donate. Chip in $15, the price of a ticket, to support our theater while we're staying home. My next guest, Lord help me, thinks she needs no introduction. She describes herself as a part-time wig designer and seamstress and a full-time fat girl, her words, not mine. Please welcome Debbie to the show. Good evening, Debbie.
Hello, hello. I don't have anything else to
say.
How
you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
All right, well, I'm excited you're here, and I apologize. I think I have a little bit of a lag on my end in the studio, but, you know, it's just been that kind of a day. So Debbie, for those who don't know you, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you.
Well, hello. My name is Debbie. Deborah, if you're nasty. Just kidding. Don't call me Deborah. That's not my name. So I am just a local queen here in Erie. I've only been on the scene for a little bit over like a year and a half. Just trying to get out there still, get people to know me, have some fun, be a clown, make people laugh. So
I, you know my wife, of course, and I picked her brain a little bit before the show. So there are different kinds of queens. There are comedy queens, music queens. What kind of queen would you consider yourself to be, and what does that mean?
You know, I like to think of myself as a mix of like a comedy queen, but also a little bit campy and a little bit musical. Because I do play my own instruments. I'm a musician. I sing, I play things, I do all this nonsense, but I think I'm pretty funny, and I like to think that that's the first thing I do is be funny. I can't call myself the fat queen anymore since I got skinny, so I had to figure out something else to do.
Yeah, you need to update your Facebook bio, because I went off of that, and I know that you've gone under a bit of a transformation lately, and you look great. Let me just put that out there, Debbie. You look wonderful.
You know what? Sometimes you just gotta not eat for a year. Just kidding. I got surgery, everyone. I didn't not eat. I promise. I did it healthy and safely.
Well, whatever you're doing, keep it up, my friend. When some people think of drag, I think they tend to think of adults only, and certainly some acts are. But then we've seen some things lately like drag story times and different kind of family-friendly kind of fare. Do you think drag is something that's family-friendly?
Oh, 100%. I feel like there's a really big misconception in the drag community that it's something that's supposed to be like sexual or fetishized. And it's not. Drag is just an opportunity to create a character and be an artist and be an actor. And those are things that are multi-generational. Those are things that don't have to be confined to an adult thing. There are children drag queens. I've met a few of them. We have a couple. And things like drag queen story hours and doing all this stuff is great because kids get an opportunity to see that there are other people in this world who do other things and that they can also do pretty much whatever they want. Like if you want to be a drag queen later in your life, go ahead and do it. I'm a school teacher out of drag. So it's this thing where any person can really do it. It doesn't have to be this thing that, oh, it's taboo, only adults do it, oh, it's drag, it's scary, because it's not. I'm just a person. Let's say I'm a person in a wig and a dress, and I mean I'd like to have fun just as much as anyone else.
Yeah. Now I have to ask, do you have a drag rival?
I would care not to comment.
Uh-oh. Okay, so that's a yes, but you're not going to name them. And
I don't. I like to think that I get along with everybody. I do. There are a lot of really fierce drag queens in Erie. The scene is really expanding here in our hometown. We're getting a lot of more people joining the scene. We had one of my best friends, Austin Kulik, aka Pissy Gaboon, just join us about a year ago. We had another friend of mine named Shay D Ho, who just joined us. Who just joined us a few months ago, and they're all really fierce. And then, of course, we have the classics in town, like Michelle Michaels. We've got Rebecca May. We've got people here, Alice in Wonderland. We've got so many queens here, and they're a really diverse range of people. So the scene is definitely growing.
Well, and I want to ask you how that scene has evolved during COVID. I mean, obviously, it's been impacted just like everything else, and with the ability, or the inability to perform in person, the drag community has had to be creative, just like the rest of us. So how is the community adapting?
A lot of it has been like getting online. We've had multiple like streamed shows from drag performers, and we've had a lot of opportunities for people to even like pre-record things, pre-record a performance, have some people watch it, link your bio if you want to like tip people, if you want to give people money, etc. And we've even done a couple benefit shows like for the Zone, which is of course our local gay bar. So it really is transferred kind of like any other live theatrical venue has, where you've had to make do. We don't want to sit here and do nothing. So you use what you got, and you got the internet.
So I'd like to talk to Michael Hipwell now. If I can talk to Michael Hipwell now, you have to.
Do we really need to talk to him? No. Hi, I'm also Michael Hipwell. It's nice to meet you.
I'm really hoping you'd like take the Mrs. Doubtfire approach and like do like a face in the whipped cream. Yeah, exactly.
So don't shade me for this. Hold on. You're gonna. this is probably everyone's gonna roast me in the comments, but I've never seen Mrs. Doubtfire.
All right, we're done. We're done. Cut the feed. No, that's cool. That's cool. But I want to talk to you because, and I'm going to refer to you as Michael now for this portion of the interview. And as you said when we spoke offline earlier, you're one and the same. You are a theater guy at heart, right? So how did drag evolve out of your theater experience?
So here's the thing. I started drag because I was a theater person. I learned how to style wigs because I'm the wig designer at the Erie Playhouse. Like, I learned how to do wigs, and I was like, well, I can already dance. Like, I can do makeup. Like, I know how to sew. I can make costumes. So why the heck couldn't I be a drag queen? And then, of course, with the popularity of RuPaul's Drag Race, and then I also I'm petty, and I'm like, I'm seeing some of these drag queens who are here performing like around the world, and I'm like, they're not very good. I could do this much better than them.
Yeah.
So I decided to.
That's awesome. So I will mention, because I have to plug Drama Shop every chance I get. You actually appeared in our staged reading of Bright Room Called Day, and that was the only time that you've auditioned at Drama Shop. And I have to ask, is it because I once said that you'll always be Scuttle to me?
Because
to be clear, I meant that as a compliment.
I do have a lot of trauma from that moment that we had together. It's a lot of stuff that I've been trying to work through. It's really hard. It's really hard to just be known as Scuttle all the time. I'm sorry.
Well, I need you to know that it came from a good place. Michael, you of course played Scuttle in The Little Mermaid at the Erie Playhouse. And I think that might have been actually the first time I had seen you perform. And everything you did was just hilarious. Every choice you made. And that's one of those characters where I think it gives you that chance to just kind of let loose, and you sure did.
Oh yeah, it was a great time. I had one of the best shows. It's how I met Nicole Lossie, our wonderful person with Drama Shop. We had such a great time. And like she said, I helped her backstage the whole time. It was so fun. And I love playing those characters. It's something that I've always been good at, is being funny, not to toot my own horn, but like beep, beep. So I've always been pretty good at being funny. And I do pride myself in having that nice comedic ability.
Yeah. So who were your influences in creating Debbie?
My main influence is the wonderful and iconic Queen Trixie Mattel. If everyone calls me her, everyone says I look like her, but because I did kind of copy her aesthetic. I have the really cut cheeks.
Jess asked me if you had gotten a cease and desist letter from Trixie yet.
Not yet, but I'm trying. I'm working towards it. I tweeted her all the time.
To me, I would say it seems like there's maybe a little bit of Dolly Parton in your vibe. Am I
a little? If there's any person who is not a drag queen but is a drag queen, it's Dolly Parton. So,
fair enough. Does the name have any significance, or it just felt right?
Well, so getting like your name is like this really strange. It's like the naming of cats and cats. Like, it just kind of comes.
I was going to say angelical thing, right?
Yeah, it is. It's just like this thing that comes to you. But I went through actually quite a few drag names. I started off because I knew I wanted to be funny. I was like, you know what? My drag name is going to be Farts Galore, because humor.
Can't go with that part, Jeff.
And then I was like, that's funny, but it's not like, it's whatever. And then I was like, maybe I'll go a little like Southern Belle, like gorgeous. I'll be Delilah Dupree. And then I was like, that's whatever. I like alliteration. I was like, cool, but it's not really great. And then I was like, maybe when I was in elementary school, my bullies used to call me Michelle Hippo because I was fat and acted like a girl. So, that's a great drag name. Michelle Hippo. Wow. Reclaim that. Make that be our drag name. But then my last iteration, I was like, you know what? I just want a white woman name. I don't want a last name. My stepmom's name is Debbie. My actual mom's name is Susan. I was like, maybe I'll be Debbie Sue. And I was like, nope, just Debbie. We're sticking with it.
That's great. In case you were curious, I once came up with my drag name in college when we were sitting at a table at Eaton Park. I believe Elena Manchester was there. And I took my name from a packet of sugar. So my drag name is Dixie Crystals.
I'm here for it. I thought you were going to say Sweetlow or something.
Splenda.
What?
Splenda.
Oh, Splenda. Yeah. Okay, that works.
So speaking of drag names, we're going to play a little game. Let's bring back our friend Kate Thiem, shall we?
There she is.
Say hello to Debbie. Debbie, say hello to Kate.
Debbie.
Hi, Kate Thiem.
How are you?
I've never met you ever before. It's so great to meet you.
Wow, I've just heard so much about you.
I know.
Yeah.
Really big
All together. So, ladies, we're going to play a little game called Drag Me. Now, don't let the name mislead you. You're not going to read each other.
Oh.
That would be fun, but we'll save that for another night.
Also, way too easy.
Oh.
Okay. In this game, you're actually going to take turns coming up with drag names. We're going to put an image on the screen. You're going to use that image as inspiration and come up with a name based on that image.
Oh, no.
Any questions?
Do we have a time limit? Because I'm going to need some time.
I will prompt you to try to move it along. We try to keep the show to an hour. So,
Okay.
Nicole, if you would, let's bring up the first image, please. Debbie, you want to go first? Oh, God, did we lose her?
No, I'm here. I'm here. I'm thinking. Well, obviously, the obvious one would just be Lacey.
Okay. Kate, do you have a better one? Then pick a winner. How about that? We'll do
that is obviously T. Cozy Dupree.
No, I'm going to give that point to Debbie.
Okay, good, because that didn't deserve a point.
Yeah, next image, please. Okay, Kate, why don't you go first?
I got this one. This
Okay.
is a long one, though. It's All Dogs Go to Heaven.
That's the name. The name is All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Yes. It's all
Debbie, do you think you can beat that?
I can. So it's a stretch, but we've got a first and a last name. The first one is Huletha, and the last name is Dogs Out.
Huleta. It's like Huleta. I like that. There's like an accent to
She's
it.
Spanish. Huletha Dogs Out.
Yeah, we're going to give another point to Debbie for that one. Next image, please.
Oh.
Is that ground meat? Oh, God. Debbie, you're up first.
Let's see. Vegan.
Okay. Kate, you got anything for that?
That's just going to be oat milk.
I don't think Kate understands the game. We're going to give that point to Debbie. Next image, please. By the way, those of you watching at home, feel free to play along in the comments, and we'll go back and check those out. Kate, I think you're up first.
Okay, I got this one.
Uh-huh.
There's an accent to it. Okay. This is kale salad.
That's not bad.
You stole mine.
Yay! I'm going to come back strong.
Let's do this is cheating because it's a reference to a TV show, but Leafy Greenbrier.
Oh.
I'm going to go with kale salad.
Yes.
Yep, as you should. That was a good one.
I feel like the song kale salad, whatever will be. Like that's, que sera. I don't know.
Yeah, you could sing it. That could be your theme song.
Yeah. Next image, please. Oh my God.
I got
Debbie,
it.
you're up first. I like the just deafening silence when
I know. Like I said, I'm not good at thinking on my feet. Let's say, let's just go pound cake.
Okay. Kate?
This is definitely the legendary chocolate ganache.
Bring back that comment because I think Katie Berlin actually wins that round. She said, what was it? Patty cake. I feel like that might already be taken. It seems like it could be taken. I'm going to give the point to Katie Berlin.
Good.
Which means she has as many as Kate Thiem at this point.
If Katie wins, I am actually really fine with that.
Yeah. Let's do one more, shall we?
I'm just getting warmed. Oh.
Kate, you want to start us off?
No, I don't.
I have one. I'm ready. Here it is.
Please.
Amazonia box.
Wow, I like that. Kate, you got anything better?
I only have one. It's not better. It's dumpster fire.
Yeah, no, that's not better.
2020's dead.
How about Katie Berlin? She got anything? Do we have any comments from Katie Berlin? I'm really putting, like, this is riveting television.
This is my first time naming people.
No, not Patty Kate.
Patty Kate again. All of them are named.
I don't think that was a new comment. So I'm going to give the point to Amazonia Box.
Amazonia box.
I have never named before. This is exciting.
Well, the naming of drag is a wonderful thing. I think we're time for just one more. Why not? Because I'm sure the audience is riveted by this.
Oh.
Okay. All right. I think Debbie, you're up first. This is really good television.
I know, just the awkward pauses of us thinking.
We're doing the awkward pause again, and we didn't even have it planned.
I know. I'm gonna go. I like hoops galore. I was thinking balls galore.
Oh, okay. All right. Kate?
I just had double dribble.
We're going to give that point to Kate. We're gonna
I
give
like that one.
Pat Thiem has a good one. He says Palmer.
Ooh.
I barely know her.
You brought her.
Palmer.
You brought her.
I want to have a keep Palmer.
Oh, well, now we're just going out of control in the comments. So we're going to end the game right there. Final score, by the way, Debbie with 4 points, Kate Thiem 2 points, Katie Berlin 1 point.
Can I give my points to Katie?
No.
Okay.
No. Thanks for playing Drag Me. Or whatever the hell that was.
Whatever the hell that was.
I don't know. Well, that sure was something. Kate, thanks for sticking around and coming back on. Debbie, it's been a pleasure. And of course, like any good drag queen, Debbie's got her own line of merchandise. You can get those details by following at Debbie Does Drag on social media. Debbie, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you for having me. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, I don't know if that's true, but thank you.
Yeah, you're right. I was lying. I was just doing what you're supposed to say, right?
Yeah, exactly. You did it very well. So thank you for that. And now, do you want to introduce our musical guest again? Oh. Debbie, do you want to introduce our musical guest again?
Oh, is it the same person?
It is.
Oh, then yes. I would love to present to you the incomparable, the fabulous, the one of the most wonderful people in the entire world to grace this planet with her presence, BJ WAIDE.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Ooh. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine there's no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. The brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world can live as one.
We've got the gear every theater geek needs. Even though our venue is closed, you can still stock up on Drama Shop apparel, like our Different and Theater Geek t-shirts. Plus, stock up on Drama Shop book club selections and scripts from some of our recent productions. Order online at dramashop.org and we'll ship directly to your door. So even when you can't show your support by coming to the theater, you can wear your Drama Shop pride on your sleeve. Support theater in process. Shop today at dramashop.org.
Hi, I'm Nicole Lossie, inviting you to check out Shop Talk, the official Drama Shop podcast, featuring a rotating panel including Drama Shop's own Zach Flock, Elena Manchester, Sean Clerkin, and many special guests. Casting, directing, acting, writing, and design, we cover it all. Our complete backlog of episodes can be found on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, including a very special conversation with playwright Lauren Gunderson. Shop Talk, the official Drama Shop podcast, is sponsored by Gannon University's Schuster Theater.
Welcome back, everyone. Once again, it is time for the game that is literally sweeping the nation. Ask me anything. Let's do it. Ask me anything. Let's bring back your friend and mine, the one and only Ms. Elena Manchester.
Hey, every time.
I want the sound of air horns.
What?
I want the sound of air horns when I introduce you.
Oh, my 4-year-old is sleeping in the room next door. So little air horns.
No air horns. I apologize for the air horns.
Sorry,
how you doing, Elena?
I'm good, man. What a good show. I know I
fun.
Super boring, but you just keep having such great people.
Wait, did you just say you expect the show to be super boring?
No. I just keep saying that every time. Not that the show's going to be boring, that the show's going to be great. I'm super boring because that's all I say. Anyways, let's play this game. I'm pretty excited for. I keep telling myself we're playing Would You Rather every time, and I forget that that's not the game we're playing.
Not the game we're playing.
Nope, that's not the game we're playing. So
let's fire up that random question generator, shall we? Or not random. Question for later. Zach and Elena, what would your drag name be? Well, I shared mine, if you remember, late night at Eaton Park years ago.
Dixie Crystals. Dixie Crystals. Yep. So I fall down a lot. I'm a very dangerous person. So my nickname is Kitty Cat-tastrophe.
I had forgotten about that till just this moment.
And so I would come out on stage and then go like, meow, and then like fall off the stage. And
right. You never actually performed as her though, right? Like that's just
no, not yet. No.
Yeah. Well, as soon as theaters reopen, man.
I also thought it would be my derby name when I was like, I think I'll do roller derby, but then I think I would actually break bones. So I don't think and now I'm older, so I don't know if that would be good for me.
Yeah.
It'd be perfect for me. I don't know.
By the way, I've moved to my living room set of the
I
stage.
see that. That's nice.
This is where I live.
A lot of I drank this whole thing of coffee during the show.
Yeah.
A pickle jar. So
let's answer another question, shall we? What's the most ridiculous fact you know? Oh God, I know. I mean, I often say that I majored in useless information, and that's not a slight to my major, but I retain weird information kind of as a thing. I don't know what the most ridiculous thing would be, though. That's a hard one.
So I like lately I've been watching a lot of TikToks about the medieval period, and the average lifespan would have been similar to ours, a little less, if you take out infant mortality rate. Isn't that interesting?
No.
Also,
No,
they travel, and most of our information comes, through the Victorian period where they ruined a lot of stuff for us.
Yeah.
So, people traveled for fun. We don't think of it that way, right? We think of like under the sweat and toil and blah, blah, blah. But no,
I would say there are probably lots of like weird topics that I know more about than I need to. But I can't necessarily point to like one ridiculous fact. I know an awful lot about the Lincoln assassination, for example.
Oh, you do? Who was that author? Sarah somebody?
Sarah Vowell writes incredible books, that are, history, but with her own crazy spin on them. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't literally think of like a single random fact.
But how was the play, Mrs. Lincoln? Like, that's the joke, right?
Sockdologizing old eulogizer, I believe, was the line that was said just before he was shot. Because John
Well, there you go.
Line.
Wasn't there like a rash of plays doing My American Cousin? Like, nobody wanted to see it. Though.
I know. I once pitched to you that I wanted to write a farce that was a local theater company trying to stage Our American Cousin, but being insistent that they incorporate I'm going to stop there. It was a terrible pitch. It was a really bad idea, and I'm glad that you talked me out of it. Let's do another random question, shall we? Oh, Zach, can we get your best Pittsburgh accent while explaining? Sure. Well, it's real cloudy out tonight. It's like real cloudy. Like it was sunny, but you couldn't. It was so overcast that like you couldn't see the sun because it was real cloudy.
Done that. I can't do it.
You can't do a Pittsburgh accent? You slip into like
Oklahoma. It turns into Oklahoma.
Because you did Grapes of Wrath.
I did Grapes of Wrath. And I'd say Rose of Sharn.
Now you sound like Nanny Ma to me. Tic Tac star Nanny Ma. Who is brilliant, by the way.
Well, there you go.
All right, let's do one more question.
One more. Oh.
Something that's really popular now, but in 5 years, everyone will look back on and be embarrassed by. Well, probably this shirt, although I don't know that it's really popular. But I'll probably be really embarrassed by this shirt in 5 years, if not 5 months.
Okay, I will say this. So, like, you know how everyone's making fun of, I don't think this is real, but like the people.
I love your lean in. I like I'll say
I'm
this.
going to tell you something. So
lean in real close.
I think that every couple of years, the fashion industry is like, we need to sell more things. So we're going to make this like weird intergenerational war. I don't think Gen X gives any shits if we wear skinny jeans or parts our hair on. Like nobody cares, right? But that's the whole big funny thing so that everybody goes out and buy. But I do think in 5 years, I think people are going to look back and be like, man, why am I wearing such wide pants that get wet in the snow? Because that's why we started wearing skinny jeans, was cold ankles, right? And like I've been a fat girl my whole life. So I remember back when like it was really tough to find jeans that were cool. And so once I remember getting like my wide leg jeans from Lane Bryant just to like, what's this? They're all wet. This is terrible.
I think in college I had a pair of your jeans. I'm pretty sure that was a thing, right?
The pendulum swung pretty hard the other way, right? And then I was like,
jeans.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Hey, do you want to tell everybody what we're doing tonight?
I'm gonna go to Drama Shop. I'm gonna tape 30 masks to my face.
Yeah.
I haven't left my house in 10 months.
And I will mask up when you get here.
Okay. And we are gonna call Chip Mother Sucking Coffee, who I am a huge fan of, and I'm trying not, but he already knows because that's what he does. He knows things. And we're going to call him and we're going to find ghosts in the theater. I can't even.
I mean, we're going to do a walkthrough. We're going to record it. He's the guest on the show next week. So we will play back. We won't do any like trick editing or anything like that, but we will play back our walkthrough that we do with him. But just from a technology standpoint, it's going to be much easier to do that in advance than to try to do it when he's live. He will join us live on the show next week for an interview before that. Then we'll play what we experienced tonight. And then you and I will speak with him after that as well. So
I can't.
On the show next week from Paranormal State and Psychic Kids, as well as Kindred Spirits, which is airing new episodes on Discovery Plus right now. So Chip Coffee will join us next week, and we're going to do a walkthrough with him in like, I don't know, a half hour or so.
I can't think about it. I'll get too nervous. I basically, when I get nervous, I swear or giggle or flirt. So if there's a ghost in there, I'm a hit on that ghost. Also, it's been about 10 or 11 months since I've seen people in real life. So even if they're dead people, I'm probably going to hit on them.
And you're probably, you're going to be socially awkward no matter what.
I mean, under the best of circumstances, I'm a big goon. So, yeah.
Well, but you're our big goon, and we love you. Elena, thanks for being on the show. Thanks to everyone on the show tonight. Kate Thiem, Debbie, Jason, and Ainsley Battiston. Isn't she so cute? I love her. Thanks to you, Elena Manchester, for being with us. As always, that'll do it for tonight, folks. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week, live from Drama Shop. Good night, everybody.